This is the reading for the sign of Capricorn, a very pragmatic sign. The main characteristic are the career and the status, and in this way the public image, because it's also the ruler of the 10th house. And if you will think of the house is like really the house we are building, this will be the exterior, what we want to show to the world. This is the house of fulfillment and social status. Here is where we see structures, corporation, tradition, ambition, public image and fame, discipline, achievements, recognition, rules and father figure. It is also associated with power and authority as well as the people who exert him. So it's the house of I achieve. People with this sign are normally hard workers, high achiever and responsible partners, both in private life and of course at home. The ruler of this sign is the planet Saturn, the one of boundaries, limitation, delays, responsibilities. And the cards associated, we have here the world for the Saturn and the devil for the Capricorn. If we think of the sign Capricorn as a very earthly sign, also talking about leadership and initiation, and with this desire to get a status, even if that sometimes success can come at a cost, the devil card is the one appropriated for this sign, because Capricorn is the only one that can beat the devil at the game of cards. They both understand that in the material world we talk about trials and temptation. And the devil as such is also an earthly creature rooted in the material world, associated with the pleasure and pain of physical existence. We see a lot of fire and of course the temptation, because in order to achieve, you need to resist to temptation, or you need to know how far your limits are, and even if you are willing to do whatever it takes to get the success, to know when to stop. The restrictions are also coming from Saturn, the planet that rules Capricorn, who is actually the cosmic teacher, and time is our best teacher. And if we think that he was the god of time, but also of agriculture, and on a special celebration in the Roman time in Saturnalia, there was no more social order. The slaves will not be treated as slaves anymore. That's an idea behind this, is that every hero is not entirely good or entirely bad. We are energy, we come back in energy, we just transform, and then we need to remember to make the best of our story. What doesn't kill us, and the devil kill us, that it just makes us stronger. So in a way, Saturn is a cosmic teacher who has the best interest of heart for his hero, for us. If we think of the structure of the story, we always have the beginning, the middle and the end. And in the same time, Saturn just has a return at every 30 years. So it's the beginning when we move from childhood to maturity, and then from maturity to the period of wisdom. I will do a reading for every decan of this sign. Then we will see what is the influence of the super-rulers. This is the reading for the first decan of Capricorn from 22 to 30 December. For Capricorn, we know the ruler planet is Saturn, the cosmic teacher with this restriction and boundaries and bringing responsibilities. But for this period, we have the sub-ruler Jupiter, which is about expansion, gratitude, moral, and enlightenment. This planet with the Wheel of Fortune as card from the Major Tarot is bringing a lot of joy and luck in the structures of Saturn. It's like an unwelcome guest. So there is a lot of juggling needed to lighten a little bit the serious personality of the Capricorn. And the card associated with this period, it's the Two of Pentacles. The card is also called the Lord of Harmonious Change. When we see this card, we see mainly this sign of the infinite, which is about the flow of gain and loss, weakness and strength, and energy of sun and the moon. We have a kind of standstill before the storm. We see here the big waves, like everything is in movement, just for us to find the harmony in the nature, find the flow of energy, of transformation, get ourselves somehow in the 0 point after every balance act that we have to do. The questions that are coming with this card are: what two or more situations are you handling with ease? What are you adapting to? What do you want to change? In what ways do you play and use your excess energies? Because it's a lot about adaptability, expanding, change, travel, recreation, and exchange. If we see the card from before, it's like you get this juggling from above, or you just keep on throwing them up in the air with the hope that you can get them. And from the back, you are in the same time doing your work. Like this person here, who maybe it's busy with the animals in the field, in the nature. And then for the card after, we see people coming from the sea, maybe new opportunities, but also clouds. It is a number 2 duality number, and also about association, thinking of working with others as well. If we check the card from the intuitive night goddess, she is dancing, she is thinking about balance, what she has and what she could lose. She's weighing the odds or pros and cons from a matter at hand. The stars remind her to consider her present position when making this choice. Our decisions are not isolated, and the state of indecision is a choice in itself. Don't get washed away by the tide. Make some time and then act. If you don't, you might be stuck for a while. Figure out your priorities and determine how you may need to rework them in order to find the results you seek. Be aware of overcommitting, as you need to stay flexible now. Main issue, the flexibility. Don't take too many jobs, too many things to do. It's the desire of the Capricorn, but like here she juggles and tries to keep her equilibrium in the same while. It's not easy or almost impossible to do, but to give it a little bit of funny tone, we look at the Kawaii Tarot. We also see here balancing, but a little bit too much. So you have to realize and ask yourself, what are your priorities, and you are good enough juggler, or it's time to ask for help or to just cut off, look for association. If we look at the angel tarot cards, we have the Two of Earth. Again, too many things coming. You may experience maybe financial instability or have too many projects on your plate. Stay open to creative ideas or new perspectives. If you struggle to make a choice, try a more playful approach. If you lighten up, you may easily find the answer. So every time you have the choice, I will say, look at the color of this card, and even in this white sage, the color is green. We have the balls in the air, but there is a connection point here, and that can also be the connection with another person, but it's about the heart chakra. We have the green, we have the decisions that have to be made from heart, and even that balancing act. It can be balancing between material and spiritual, but the 0 point is in the heart. So we come back to the heart, where we find love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. And from there, we can make all the choices that are needed. If we look at the Naked Heart Tarot, we have the red pentacles signify the need to stop, and the green one, the need to go. So it's always a balance between challenges and opportunities, and how you manage time and how do you make the choices. For this period with Jupiter and the wheel of fortune, there are all kind of situations, and of course the need, and you would like to handle them all, but try to focus on your priorities and just take as much as you can on your plate, because don't forget the card associated with Capricorn is the devil, so a lot of temptation and a lot of restriction from Saturn. So in order to find a way in this labyrinth, or in way to find a 0 point, you need to make the right choices, and I suggest to make them with the heart. If we look at the Sun and the Moon Tarot, these two pentacles actually can represent the Sun and the Moon, and it's about balance again, but we are juggling with the yin and the yang elements, and that's balance between play and work, or the energies of masculine and feminine. Everything, it's actually a movement. We are trying to get in the 0 point, but there is always something that get our attention, let's say something going on. There is always a change, and we have to juggle, like in this two of pentacles here. But remember that the symbol of infinity that is here present, it's also connecting to the magician. So we are the magician, we can do it. It's also connected with the card of strength. So if we focus on harmony and balance, and especially on oneness, we can juggle even a lot of things in the same time. And if we look at the handcrafted tarot, I like that the two of earth is this witch hazel, the plant that is the favorite of my mother, and it's also a sign of spring. It can also be used for crafting, so it's also a lot of joy. Again, the green color, the earth, it's an earth sign. A blanket of fresh snow covers the ground on a winter day. The vibrant yellow flowers of the witch hazel tree illuminate the scene. The other plants on the land are brittle and leafless. Colored ribbons are tied to the tree branches. A family of healthy blue teats emerge from a woven bird house for a midday snack. A busy life is an abundant life. Your many skills are called to task at once, which hasn't is valued for providing multiple function: food and refuge for birds, flexible branches for baskets, and bark for medicine. Flowering in late winter, witch hazel blends the edges of winter and spring, grief and joy, depth and lightness. The ability to hold the tension of opposing interests brings prosperity. Your stability may feel at risk, but as the flower promise, relief is not far off. When the world shifts around you, find solid ground in the present moment. Like witch hazel blossom that brighten a monochromatic winter landscape, adding levity to your task will lighten your load. And remember, in the present moment, it's the love of God. It's all we have, where our heart is. So be present, and that's the 0 point. And then you manage to handle all the situation with ease, adapting yourself quickly. This was the reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you find some useful information about how to balance the work and the play, and mostly how to find the joy in the 0 point in your life. And best wishes for those who have their birthday between 22 and 30 of December. Thank you for watching.